Do you think Indian learning system in the schools and colleges are good enough?
Okay, that's question which I should think and answer about this question because yeah.
Jyoti, which is the one or two or three books that you suggest to the audience that everyone should read?
Okay, I would suggest the three books specifically.
Do you think degree is important or learning is important? Because this is a debate that is going from a long, long time. In India, basically, people who have skill and they don't get jobs because of the degree. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. आज हमारे साथ हैं ज्योति जो कि एक लर्निंग एंड डेवलपमेंट मैनेजर हैं। आज हम जानेंगे कि कैसे हम अपनी लाइफ में किसी भी चीज़ को फास्ट लर्न कर सकते हैं। वेदर आप एक स्टूडेंट हो, एक प्रोफेशनल हो, एक बिजनेसमैन हो, तो जिस तरीके से हम देख रहे हैं कि बहुत ज़्यादा एआई का रिवोल्यूशन हो रहा है, तो उसके बेस पर आज ज्योति हमको बताएंगी कि कोई भी चीज़ में, किसी भी फील्ड में, किसी भी एज में आप किस तरीके से किसी भी चीज़ को लर्न कर सकते हो और जो लर्न किया है उससे कैसे अपनी लाइफ में बेनिफिट ले सकते हो। सो हाय ज्योति, वेलकम टू द
Hey,
पॉडकास्ट।
Shoaib. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Shoaib, for inviting me for this podcast.
या वेलकम। हाउ आर यू?
I am doing well, thank you. What about you? I hope you're doing good.
आई एम ऑल्सो गुड। तो ज्योति, जस्ट गिव मी योर इंट्रो और टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ, वेयर आर यू फ्रॉम और व्हाट यू डू।
Okay, so if you ask me about my intro, currently I am a learning and development professional, okay? But I didn't start or dream like being a learning and development professional, okay? I joined my engineering, okay, and in the mid of engineering is where I realized that more than devices, I'm more connected to people. Okay, and that too because of these incidents, where usually whenever we learn any problem or whenever we solve anything, I would end up teaching it to people. Okay, and I would find the pleasure, when they would learn it and they would excel in their exams. Okay, that's when I realized, okay, this is the field that I want to go in because I would want to make more human impact than working with these devices. So that's how I ended up into this particular industry. And if you ask me where I'm from Karnataka, a place called as Bijapur. And specifically, if you want to know more, I'm from Almaty. Okay. Yeah, you have the dams, and also if you want to, you can visit there sometime. So yeah, I'm from that place, and currently I'm working in Bangalore from past 7.5 years. That's about me.
So Jyoti, as you said, you in the study part you learned engineering, but you end up
Yes.
in the career as a learning and development manager. So how this journey starts?
As I already said you that it was never a plan of being this, okay? Maybe I was written to do this because if you see me like around 7, 8 years back, you would never find me speaking to any random person. Because I was that one girl who would hide from public speaking, from speaking to people. I would even get scared to ask questions in class because I would think people will laugh at me if I ask a wrong questions. I was that kind of a girl, okay? Eventually, when I was in engineering, I started, this debates and all. That's where I explored this side of me where I am good at public speaking, okay? And I would explain people, solve problems, engineering topics, okay? Because I'm an electronics engineer, okay? I would, explain them topics, that's where I started getting confidence, okay? Along with that, I realized that this is somewhere I would like to pursue my career in, okay? Just to add up a little bit to that, when I was in my fourth year of engineering, I started doing, the small career related programs for, the 10th standard students for free. I would just go to school, I would approach them saying that I will give you a career guidance program. I would watch YouTube videos and learn from that, and I would go and give it to them. So that's how this career started. And yeah, after that, I have never turned back. And I don't even think that I would fit in any other industry than this one.
Okay, so much to learn today for me as well.
Yeah.
So how your engineering background helped you in the learning and development career?
See, engineering is something that gives structure, okay? Engineering background has helped me structure my training models because everything is in a series. You cannot take one piece from here, one piece from there. I cannot take one piece from electronics engineering, from civil engineering I'll take one, then I'll read. I cannot do that, okay? If I am into electronic engineering, I have to learn subjects related to that only, right? Same way here in training, when I am there, let it be anywhere, okay? I use that structure to design my training and develop all the programs, and the same structure is being followed in the sessions as well, wherever we give it.
So you have worked across many industries like BPO, NGOs, staffing, and now digital marketing.
Yeah.
So how has that diversity shaped your approach to learning?
Okay. Yeah, this is a wonderful question. If I say, yeah, definitely I've worked in multiple fields, okay, right from an NGO to now currently working in a digital marketing industry. This diversity has helped me realize that not every training fits for everyone. For example, I cannot give a same content to you and some other person. Okay, this is that one size does not fit all. Okay, you may wear a size 7 shoe, I wear a size 10. It differs, right? So this particular shift in the industries has taught me that people who learn, they are of different types. Okay, some people learn through sessions, some people learn through video bites. Okay, some people learn through practice. Okay, for them we cannot give the same content and sit, okay, you sit and learn. It doesn't work like that, right? So you need to see what kind of a learner the other person is and then design a program according to that. So this diversity has helped me in that.
Find learning and development beyond just training sessions. As a trainer and learn and development manager, सेशंस में क्या होता है कि बस जाते हैं सेशन दे देते हैं और कंप्लीट हो जाता है. So beyond that session, how do you define learning and development?
If I have to say it in a one line of your question, learning and development helps you from where you are today to what you want to be tomorrow. ये वाला piece मुझे complete करना ही है. ठीक है, मैं देखो, I'll give you a very simple example, okay? AI has come like a few years ago. I cannot be the same traditional person that I was there before. If I did not learn how to use AI in today's life, I will not be what I am today. Understanding? So, this particular learning and development, whatever it is there, right? This piece will help you to grow in your career, even in your future as well. Okay, but in a faster way. That's what is learning and development about, as per me, if you ask.
So how do you think learning and development has evolved in past few years, especially after COVID and with hybrid work? So how
Right.
do you feel after COVID is better before the COVID, or it is better now with hybrid work or work from office, or people learn using mobiles and
Right.
their devices and they meet virtually like we are doing this?
Yes, yes.
Learning physically, face to face, or learning virtually, which is the important for you?
Okay, I'll answer your question in parts. Okay, the first question was, how has learning changed, like from COVID onwards? Traditionally, you see, before COVID, usually when you talk about learning, it's about come to a session, attend the program, and go back. Okay, that's your takeaway, right? Even though there were various channels of learning, you had this YouTube channels and all who would help you learn. You had this various learning platforms who would help you learn, but people were not using that so much because people were not exposed to that culture. Okay, everybody was like, I'll go to class, I will learn, and I will come back. That was the traditional way. But COVID has helped people understand that you can learn from anywhere and everywhere. Getting it? I can sit in bus and I can pick up a topic and I can learn it. On the way, I can learn, right? And this hybrid culture has also helped us, learning and development professionals to think broader than the normal class. Okay. But, hybrid work, hybrid sessions have their own pros and cons if you talk about. Because, when it is a classroom session, you end up having that human touch, you end up getting that human feel. You will be able to understand it better. Okay, but then in this environment that we are in today, and where everybody wants a remote culture, everybody wants to work hybrid, right? In this scenario, I feel learning and development has improved, or in a drastic way. And I feel that things have changed a lot. People are learning very quickly, because now, if you don't learn quickly, you will not move ahead, because competition is increasing every day. Now, I never go and do anything on Google Chrome. I ask ChatGPT, I treat it as my friend. I use voice command, because that gives me most of the answer, and that's how I learn. If you say, no, I want to be the same, I don't want to use AI will kill my creativity, that's all wrong. You need to improve yourself, and learning and development has also moved towards that way, where we are helping people to use and leverage AI.
Jyoti, we will basically discuss the AI part.
Yes.
What do you think, basically, when we meet people one to one, face to face in person, and when we learn in person, so do you think in-person learning or virtual learning, is there any difference, or is there any basically good chance to learn better when we meet physically or when we basically meet virtually? Is there any difference, do you think?
Yeah, there definitely is a difference. Okay. If you really want to create some impactful programs, then I feel that in-person sessions, as per me, in-person sessions create a lot of impact, because you're there, you're physically present with people, and you're doing things, right? When it is virtually, see, some people, what they do right now, if I'm speaking also, some people end up doing their work, they do not listen, getting it. So that's one drawback, but then the effect, it is the same. Okay, but if you really want somebody to have a really good takeaway, like meet a lot of people, understand them, then I feel that in person learning plays a very important role.
So now you are talking about AI.
Yes.
So in the AI world, what do you think? How important is AI in the learning part, or is AI for everyone, or what do you think? Is AI for everyone or not? We are
AI.
talking about students, employees, businessmen. So is AI helps in the learning?
Definitely, AI is helping in the learning part. Okay. If I have to pick up any skill, I definitely ask AI, because AI has got that set of data. Okay. Because it has a huge collection of data, which it will help me leverage what I want. Okay. And if you ask me, is it for students? It's for everybody. Okay. Because it gives you answers, in minutes, in seconds sometimes. Okay. If that's not a huge data which you're asking for, it will give you answers in seconds. And it is making our job very easy. Okay. And many people think that, AI is killing your job. AI, if AI comes, you guys will not have job. No, AI is not killing our job. Okay. It's we who are killing our jobs, because we are not adapting to the environment which is not there, which is there right now. Okay. For example, if I would say, when there were typewriters and then came the computers, okay, if I still say that no, I want to use the typewriter, definitely I'll be removed unless I don't learn how to use the computers, right? Same way, if I don't adapt myself, I don't make myself comfortable with AI, then definitely people will be moved out of their jobs. So AI
So
is
if
for everybody.
so if someone is using AI or if
Hmm.
someone is not using AI,
Hmm.
so what will be the difference between them, and they are learning the same topic, so what will be the difference?
Yes.
It's time difference, or it will be a learning difference between both of them? How do you see this?
That's a wonderful question, Shoaib, to be very frank. Okay. There is a huge difference. Okay. AI gives you different sources of information. If I am not using AI, I am just using my traditional method. That's the books. I will get the information only from that book. Okay. And the information is really limited, because in a page, how much can you write? Right. But AI gets you the information from all the different sources, and then gives you consolidated information. First thing is that, okay. Second thing is, the way you learn becomes faster. And this is because you're learning different topics at a time. Understanding, unless I complete one topic here, I would have already finished multiple topics in a glance. So the
but
learning pace
but
is faster. Yeah.
don't you think AI is killing our basically remembering power? Because before we remember everything, right now it's AI era. So if we have to ask something, we just go to the chat GPT or perplexity and we type and we got the answer. Because it happened when Google came, people just don't remember things, like we don't remember even phone numbers of our
Yeah,
family member
yeah,
or
yeah,
of our
yeah.
colleagues. So don't you think it's killing the power of remembering?
Okay, I have a counter question for you on this. Okay, tell me, you have a huge family, right? How many members number do you remember? Only your major ones?
Yes.
Yes, AI also, if you have so much of information, you will only remember how much is required. So there is no way that you're forgetting something. Understanding the amount of information that is required for you to remember, you will remember it by default if it is really important. Getting it?
Okay.
Yeah. So there's
So
no chance that you will forget, but then AI is leveraging you that skill where you can go back and ask if you don't remember something. It's giving you that ease.
what would you basically suggest that one AI tool that can be used by students, working professionals, and business owners?
Okay, if you ask me, the most used AI tool by me is ChatGPT. Why? Because it has got a hell lot of information and it will give you everything you ask for. Okay, literally everything. Okay, because I have been using AI for my day to day tasks as well. Because some tasks are redundant and you would not want to do it again and again. This tool is helping me for everything. Even if I want to write a simple formula, also I will go and ask ChatGPT, this is something I have. Please help me. And it will definitely give you. And it's very user friendly, is what I feel. Okay, not just the written. Initially, I used to type whatever I want. Now I use the voice command because that's more easier. And there's one more you have where you can actually talk like I'm talking to you. I use that command as well. So that makes life more easier. And if you ask me, I would really suggest ChatGPT.
So basically, now we are in the basically era of AI. So learning is easy or learning is hard? What do you think?
If you ask me this, like whether learning is easier, there are AI is giving you multiple skills to learn on. Okay. So learning becomes easy because you can learn on the go. I'm just going. Okay. For example, I'll give you today's example. Okay. I had a demo with one of the training vendor. Okay. I wanted to know what are some questions that I must be asking to that vendor so that I have the complete information. Okay. Before I enter the meeting, just 2 minutes before, I put this information and I got the list of questions and which were very much useful. Okay. If I would have sat and thought about it, it would take a lot of time. But that time I really got information which was useful. And next time, see, AI helped me learn that, okay, these all are also the questions. These are also the ways you can think and ask questions.
Okay, so just tell me the framework you follow. If I gave you a topic and that topic is not related to your study, your career, or anything, so how would you approach that topic and how would you learn that topic? What basically resources you will use and what things you will use to learn that topic or master that topic in basically 1 week or 2 weeks?
Okay, could you just give me an
Basically, the
example of
context,
what?
the yes, I am giving example. If whether a student, a working professional, or a businessman, he or she face any new thing that he or she wants to learn in any age group, in any field.
I'm actually in a problem, and to solve that problem, if I have to learn something, that's where the actual learning happens. Okay. First thing, whenever you want to learn something, you need to understand what is the problem behind that. Why do I need to learn this particular topic? That is very much important. Okay. Once you realize what is the topic, if I learn this, what will I get through that? Is it going to solve my problem? If yes, that's when that person is going to learn. Even let me take a very simple example. A person has a fruit stall. Okay. These many days he was just doing the cash transactions. Okay. But now, where everywhere digital payments is going on, people were not going to him to buy fruits because nobody has cash right now. Now, what that person should learn? How to use UPI. Correct? For that is the problem for that particular person, right? Using UPI. Now, what will happen if he starts learning how to use UPI? Customers will come and they will buy the fruits from him. So the problem was people were going off because there was no UPI. Now, when he learned, he got back his customers. Okay. So for anybody to learn, okay, you need to first know what the problem is, then build up the source. Now, if I was taking the example of the same person, then he can check with people how did they install UPI, okay, what all things they did, open a bank account, have a phone number linked to that, download a particular app, okay, then link your bank account to that. So all the steps he learned. First time he might have failed, but then repetitively he might have succeeded by doing it again and again. That also applies to everybody, okay? And there are multiple ways where people can learn, okay? One is that, space revision, we call it as, okay? For example, I am learning a particular topic. Okay, let's take one of your topics. So let's take you want to learn coding. Okay. Now, if I want to learn coding, I cannot just keep on doing the same thing again and again. This is called a space revision. For example, I am learning this for 1 hour. Okay, today. Okay, I will revise the same topic in another 2 days. Next, I will revise the topics in another week. Same topic and topic. This is called a spaced revision where you're giving a break to your brain. And when you're revising, you will also come to know how much have you remembered the topic which you learned a few days ago. Again, you're giving a space. See, this will improve your retention power as well. This is one way where you can learn multiple topics and also remember things. Okay. Second thing you can do is micro learning or bite-sized learning. Now, when we say micro learning, the whole big topic is divided into chunks based on what you want to learn. Okay. And then you start learning those. Okay. The third one is teach back. Okay, for example, you have learned a particular code and you have a similar person who is learning that code. If you go and teach back to that session, to that person, okay, hey, listen, this is how you do it. Okay, when you do that, you actually explain that person and you also get that confidence. Okay, I have understood it. That's when I'm explaining that person. Getting it? So these are some ways where, you can learn things. And, when you say 1 to 2 weeks, okay, you will learn only how much is required to solve that problem. You will not learn beyond that. Getting it? Because for my problem, this much is the solution. I will learn only that much. I will not learn entire thing. Getting it? So that's how, yeah.
So, Jyoti, to explain beautifully with the examples.
Thank
So, after learning, basically, it's about the students. After learning, students face lots of problem remembering things.
you. Yeah.
So, how a person who is learning something, as you already said, repeating or revision,
Spaced revision.
space revision time to time will help to remember things. So I'm leveling up this question, how we
Uh-huh.
can improve our brain power to remember things in general, basically anything. So
Good.
in general, in life, someone says anything to you, we forgot that topic after 2 days. So how we can basically improve the brain power to remember things for longer?
I have a very simple method of doing this, okay? Usually I play quiz with myself. If you ask me how, I have learned a particular topic, okay? Now I remember, I make my brain remember it in such a way where I ask questions to myself. Okay, question, go back and repeat it. And I feel most of the times we're just sitting quietly. When we are sitting quietly, that's where you have to ensure that your brain works in your favor. And this one technique, I feel if anybody follows, you will be really able to excel in what you're doing, asking questions to yourself on the topic that you have learned. This is one method
Okay.
I would really suggest people to follow and do try and let me know if it works
Yes,
because
I will
it
follow this
has,
method
yes.
for myself as well. So we talk about learning. Now I want to ask you, what skills do people develop in the age of AI era? We are in the starting phase of the AI.
Yes, yes,
We are
yes.
the generation who are seeing the evolution of the AI.
Good.
So, what do you think? Which every professional, which skills do every professional develop to grow in their career?
Okay. First thing is adaptability, Shoaib. You need to adapt to the situation that's being formed around you, because there are so many jobs being lost because you're not adapting to the skills that are being developed. So, first thing, everybody needs to have the skill of adaptability where you're adapting to the situation around it. Second thing is being consistent in what you're doing. Okay. Because people start today and leave tomorrow. If it was like that, that in a day I could have done things, I would have gone one day to gym and I would have got my abs. That would have been done, but it's not like people stay consistent. That's when they get what they need. These people are failing to be consistent, and that's the biggest challenge. Okay, so staying consistent is very much important, and then having emotional intelligence. Okay, everybody has intelligence quotient. Everybody is intelligent now because AI has made people like that. But that emotional intelligence which people should have are not having. Okay, if somebody is unwell, if I have to ask, how are you? People hesitate to ask. People, hey, that's the daily work live. Everybody he falls sick. Everybody thinks like that. So the top three qualities what I feel people should have in this era of AI is first thing adaptability, being consistent, and having a little bit of emotional intelligence.
Great, great. So, if we are talking about learning and development,
Mm-hmm.
so how we can forget about the books?
Yeah.
So, what do you think about reading books? Because as when we were children, we goes to school and we read lot of books. Right now, people are not, lots of people are reading books. So, how do you think learning from books helps or not? Having if I want to read a book physically, so and I have leverage to read book in my phone or laptop. So what do you think? What do you recommend me? Should I read it physically or should I read it from my phone?
Okay, so I would suggest both the ways. Okay, if I have a leverage where I can sit and read a book, I would definitely do that. Sometimes on the way, I have forgotten, okay, carrying my book. That's where I would definitely use my phone. But I feel that touch and feel of book, what the book makes, the AI does not do that. Okay, you're just scrolling. It will increase your screen time. Simply it instead your eyes, if it needs a little bit of calmness, if your eyes need, then definitely go ahead and read books. I would really suggest that. And then when it is not possible at all, you always have your phone in your hand. Okay, that's like an option you always have. But reading books, it will make you feel good from inside. Okay, but one drawback what book has, it has very limited information. Okay, I would suggest if somebody, okay, if they're preparing for any exams and all, don't just rely on your PDFs and all which are available online. First, go through the books, and for further information, that's when you go ahead and use your digital devices, whatever you have. Okay,
I'm not
make
only, Jyoti, I'm not only talking about the exams and all of that.
yeah, yeah,
I'm talking about in general learning.
yes,
Like
yes,
we read books about basically uh, efficiency, how to improve
mhm,
efficiency, how to basically focus, how to kill the procrastination.
yes,
So
yes.
I'm also talking about that part as well.
Got it.
Uh,
Yeah, absolutely. See,
so
just like you, even I read a lot of books, okay? And that's because, it will help me improve my knowledge, okay? And books are something which will, what screen does not. The screen is just to scroll up, and screen gives you a lot of distraction. Okay, just a message pops up. I close that particular page, whatever I'm reading, and I go and see that. If you want to do something without distraction, books are the only way.
and one more thing, Jyoti,
Mm-hmm.
we are talking about the learning part.
Yes.
So nowadays, not from nowadays, long before we saw movies and we saw cinema. So we learn a lot from the video content as well.
Yes, yes, yes,
So
absolutely.
movies help us learn new things
Yes.
with the action and with the
You're
lot of
right.
emotion. So how do you explain this? We saw lots of novels and then they become movie
Movies.
after some time. So what do you think watching a video content and then reading books by using which source we can learn faster?
If you really ask me, then video content you can always learn faster. Okay, but it is also about going in depth. Okay, video is a crisp of what your entire book is. It will not explain you what is there in the entire book. Okay, let me give you an example of this particular movie called as Two States. Okay, it is a book of Chetan Bhagat actually. Okay, it's somewhere around 200 plus pages that particular book has, but it has been covered in like 180 minutes, 2 hours movie. Right? So,
Correct.
yeah, if you want to do something really quickly, like just watch that and finish, then go ahead with a video. It gives you something which is very quick, okay? But then book keeps you connected throughout, okay? Because you will be excited to know what is happening next. What are the various things? That's how it is. But video learning, yeah, it is playing a very important part in this generation because a lot of people are remembering it through this because colors attract. You see, our old generation black and white TV and this colorful generation. I would, of course, prefer something which is colorful, no, because it's very soothing to the eyes. Black and white is just two colors, but then we should always remember that those are basics and we cannot come out of it.
Great. So,
Yeah.
Jyoti, which is the basically one or two or three books that you suggest to the audience that everyone should? Uh,
Okay, I would suggest the three books specifically. One is The Power of Subconscious Mind. This is such a book which will actually, move your thoughts. Okay, it's a very simple book. Okay, very simple book. It will relate to you a lot. Okay, but it will also tell you how your subconscious mind plays a role in you becoming what you want to become. For example, I'll give you. If I want to wake up at 5 o'clock tomorrow and go for a walk, if I don't tell my mind, I will not be able to do that. Okay. Even while you are waking up in the morning, you'll be listening a sound which says, "It's okay, sleep. It's okay, sleep." I guess most of them would have heard that voice. And we end up sleeping because we hear that voice which is loud. Okay. How to control that voice, how to ensure that you master your subconscious mind. That's what that book teaches. Okay. Next one is Atomic Habits. Okay, this particular book teaches you like how you improve those small little habits in your daily life to make sure you live such a life which you want to. It's a wonderful book. Okay, Rich Dad and Poor Dad. I guess you have heard about this by Robin
yes, yes.
Sharma. That's a wonderful book, and I feel everybody should read it because it's a thought provoking one. Okay, these three are my top books, and if I would want to reread books, I would definitely say people to read this.
Awesome.
Thanks,
So,
Shoaib.
Jyoti, my next question is, do you think degree is important or learning is important? Because this is a debate that is going from a long, long time. In India, people who have skill and they don't get jobs because of the degree.
Yeah.
In the West world, like US and Europe, where we see that people got the job because of skills, they don't need any degree. In India, some companies are doing that as well. So, what do you think? Degree is important or skill is more important than degree?
Okay. If you ask me, degree is not mandatory, okay, for you to succeed in
Yes,
your life, okay. But degree is something that will open you the first door of any room. Okay, if I want to enter a particular house, that first door that is there, that's your degree, I feel, for most of the houses. Okay, your skills will, after that, you choose whatever you want. Nobody cares which room you want to go, that's your choice. Okay, so I would feel that degree is just the opening. Which room you want to enter, that's your choice completely. Okay, when it is just skills, opening that first door is a little difficult. Okay, because you will not have that particular knowledge at that. Here you have theoretical knowledge which will help you open that door, and next you apply your skills wherever you want. Right? For example, if you want to go to any interview, also, everywhere it is written like, you know what, a degree is needed. Most of the places, they write there, a bachelor's degree. But that's just the opening. After a few years, Does anybody ask you like which degree did you complete? Nobody even cares what you have completed. There were times when people would, think about higher secondary education. I have to get so much. I have to get 90% in my 12th and all. Yes, that is important. But after a period of time, do people ask that? No, people don't. Okay. Skills are something which will, make you move further in life. Because having just theory, I cannot move ahead. I cannot just read a book which says how to swim unless I don't fall into the pool, right? I have to go fall into the pool, learn swimming, and that's a skill. So that's that I feel that degree is important, but not at that level where, previously people would think. Most of the businessmen you see, nobody is educated. Like, if they are educated also, they do not have proper degrees, but they are doing really well in their life because they are having that skill which are keeping them at that level. So, yeah, so degree is just an opening, but skills are the utmost thing because if I just have degree and I don't have skills, I am not even valued anywhere. So, that's the thing.
Jyoti, you are explaining very good. I am also learning so much from this podcast.
Right.
So the people who are in their 40s or
Mhm.
50s,
Mhm.
they think that we are on a point in our career.
Mhm.
We are done with the learning part.
Mhm.
So what would you give? What is your advice for them? How they would approach to the learning and development part in their life, who are in their 40s and 50s?
Okay, I'll give you a very good example for this. Okay. So, people who are in their 40s and 50s are this generation X. Okay. So, we might be somewhere the millennials. Okay. So, these people are like really in their 60s. They are born in 60s, So, they are not much used to this digital world, because they don't like it. Even if you sit using your phone right now, your grandfather and grandmother, all your great uncle and aunts would say, why are you using your phone? Let's not talk about anger. It's our mothers only. Okay, even if you're doing on your phone, why do you use your phone so much and all? Right? But then over a period of time, everybody has started using the phone and they feel that, that's a very important part of their life. It was just an example that I share. If people would have not learned using phones, they would have not developed, right? First thing is that. And those people also want to be a part of us, okay? Because we are in this fast moving world where everything is moving, right? Now everybody has started using WhatsApp, okay? Even my grandmother also, she says do a WhatsApp video call. If she would have not learned that, then she would have not spoken to me. They are also understanding what moments are getting lost because they are not developing themselves, okay? And there's a show, I don't know if you know, it's called Roadies. If you have seen that show, I personally follow that show, okay? In the last season, I don't remember that lady's name, okay? She's 50 plus, okay? She was a part of that journey, and that lady, she's completed her master's, sorry, PhD in her face, and nobody stopped her because that's the choice that they make. Understand, learning can happen anytime, and nobody can stop learning. Even a small kid learns in its own way. An adult learns in their own way. So learning is just over the period of time. That's how it is.
Jyoti, do you think Indian learning system in the schools and colleges are good enough?
Okay, that's question which I should think and answer about this question because yeah, so India is currently having, the traditional method of learning, but yes, schools are improving in their own ways. Okay. Previously, how schools were and now how schools are, that's total different because I listen to my friends, kids, and all. A lot of skills are being involved rather than just being books. Okay. If you compare the previous, where the age where we studied and all, I feel now it has changed a lot. Okay. They are not just, focusing on the bookish knowledge, they are also teaching them the skills that are required for them to survive in future. How beautifully the kids speak these days. And that's because of the surrounding and the system that has evolved over a period of time. And I feel that, when we compare our education to other countries, I feel our education system is very well structured. Because there, people just say, do whatever they want and all. Here, you are not allowed to. You are bound by certain things. Okay. If you have to be in class, you have to be in class. There are some rules and regulations which are set, and I feel it is important for any individual to grow and become whatever they want to become in their life.
Absolutely great answer.
Thank you.
Jyoti, we have discussed learning,
Yes,
development,
yes,
skills, AI,
yes.
everything. So, is there anything that I missed out and you want to mention?
Okay. I would want to talk about one particular thing where people think when we say a training, okay, people usually think that, okay, training means it is just a mandatory attendance, a break from their work, come, attend, eat what is there, and go. People usually have this thought, okay. I would really want people to understand that whenever they are attending any training or whenever they are attending any learning, okay, or they want to learn something, they should do it with full heart, because even if you learn a little bit of it, it will help you anytime you go, because anything you learn will never go off. Okay, once upon a time, if I would have learned cooking, I am using it now because that's my survival. If I would have not learned that skill that time, what will happen is I would have not survived. I would have been dependent. Right? So there are a lot of times, where people think that learning is just waste and all, but it is not that. It is helping you build your future. And I feel that everybody, should take learning seriously in their life. I'm not just, get restricted to your books. It's any skill also you pick up. Okay, if I'm not good at something, why don't I pick up that and I become a good person in that? I learn it. I become a master in that. Right? So, usually people underestimate this learning piece in their life, but I feel that every day you learn something or the other. And I feel you should focus on that. And that's something I would want people to do. Pick up one small habit, pick up a small thing. Just while you're going, see something, read about it. And I feel that you as a person will change a lot in life.
1% in a day,
Yes. One, a
1%
little,
of
a
time.
small thing, a small thing. You have so much of time. Just read one page, more than enough, of your favorite book, whatever it is. Do something good, apply that somewhere. But then just reading is not enough, okay? You need to apply that as well. Most of the times we read and we just stay quiet, but that doesn't work. You need to apply it somewhere. And that's how you improve.
Thank you, Jyoti, for joining in the podcast. I
My
hope you
pleasure.
guys
My
learned a
pleasure.
lot. If you want to connect with Jyoti, I will give her LinkedIn profile in the description. You can connect with her
Thank
on the LinkedIn. And if you like the podcast, please like, share, and subscribe, and do watch other episodes as well. So see you next time. Bye bye.